You ever stop and wonder what's actually physically holding you together? I'm not talking about your skeleton. I'm talking about something way, way smaller. We're going to look at the microscopic cellular glue that takes trillions of individual cells and turns them into, well, a person.
So let's just dive right in. I mean, it's a huge biological question, isn't it? How on earth do you organize all those tiny little parts into complex tissues and organs that all have to work together perfectly? Well, the answer is surprisingly elegant, and it's happening inside you at this very moment. And that answer is cell-to-cell junctions. These are these incredibly intricate protein structures that physically link our cells up. They are the master connectors, and you find them in immobile cells inside tissues like your skin, your heart, your kidneys, and they're doing it all, providing structure, letting cells talk to each other, and creating some really crucial barriers.
Okay, so let's get into the first type. I love this analogy for it. Think of them as nature's rebar. These are the adherence junctions, and their main job? It's all about strength. It's about making sure our cells don't get pulled apart.
And this comparison just works so perfectly. You know how rebar gives a concrete wall that essential tensile strength? Well, that's exactly what adherence junctions do. They run between our cells, giving our tissues the power they need to resist all kinds of stretching and tearing forces.
So how do they actually pull this off? It's a really cool three-part system. First, you've got actin filaments. That's part of the cell's own internal skeleton. These filaments connect to something called protein plaques, which are anchored right inside the cell membrane. And then, sticking out from that plaque, you have these proteins called cadherents. They reach across the membrane and literally link up with the cadherents from the cell next door, creating this continuous, super strong network.
And this isn't some minor feature. This kind of strength is absolutely crucial in the parts of our body that take a constant beating. Think about your skin, it's always being stretched. Or your digestive tract, which has to deal with constant abrasive forces. Without these junctions, we literally fall apart. All right, next up, we have a completely different kind of deal. If adherence junctions are the rebar, then tight junctions, well, they're the body's super meticulous gatekeepers. So these junctions are made by these specialized proteins, claudins and occludins, that basically stitch the outer membranes of two cells together. They create this incredibly tight seal. And their main job is to control what can pass between the cells and, maybe more importantly, what can't.
And what are they blocking? All the stuff you really don't want wandering around your body. In your gut, for instance, they stop bacteria and digestive enzymes from leaking out into your deeper tissues. And in your brain, they form the famous blood-brain barrier, which is this amazing defense system that protects your central nervous system from harmful stuff in your blood.
But here's a fascinating little twist. The name tight junction is actually a tiny bit misleading, because, sometimes their job isn't to be a perfect seal at all.
And this is where biology just gets so incredibly sophisticated. Some of these tight junctions are designed to be leaky on purpose. A great example is in our kidneys. The claudin proteins there are built with these tiny little ion pores that are designed to selectively let crucial molecules like sodium and potassium pass right through. It's not a bug, it's a feature, a highly advanced biological filter.
Okay, so that brings us to our third and final type of junction. And this one isn't about strength or about barriers. It is all about one thing: communication. Let's talk about the cellular messengers, the gap junctions.
I absolutely love this analogy. Just picture it, sky bridges connecting two skyscrapers. It's the perfect way to think about what these junctions do. They create a direct, protected hallway from the inside of one cell straight into the inside of another.
These little bridges are built from proteins called connexins. They form tiny tunnels that let ions and signaling molecules just flow super rapidly and freely between cells. This is how your heart works. That near-instant communication is what allows all of your heart muscle cells to contract in perfect coordinated sync to create a single heartbeat.
And get this is an incredible example of that communication in action. It's called the bystander effect. When a cell gets infected by a virus or something, it sends out warning signals, these molecules called cytokines, through its gap junctions to a healthy neighbor. But that warning is actually a command. Initiate apoptosis. That's programmed cell death. So the healthy cell makes the ultimate sacrifice. It self-destructs to create a fire break and stop the infection from spreading any further. Just amazing.
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, so let's just do a quick recap. Let's bring it all together and summarize this incredible trio of cellular connectors.
So here it is laid out nice and simple. Your adherence junctions are the rebar, giving you structural strength.
Your tight junctions are the gatekeepers, creating those crucial selective barriers. And your gap junctions are the sky bridges, allowing for rapid, direct communication. 3 totally distinct functions, all absolutely essential for building and maintaining a body.
So as we wrap up, just think about this. That entire intricate system, the rebar, the gatekeepers, the sky bridges, it is all working inside of you right now, this very second. It is the fundamental glue that holds you together. Which of course leads to one final, really important question. What happens to us when that cellular glue starts to come undone?